Hello and welcome back to our series of discussions with Index San Francisco speakers. Today I'm here with James Cori. He's a community architect at Topcoder. James, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So James will be with us in San Francisco for Index. That's February 20th to the 22nd at Moscone West. If you haven't registered, there'll be links throughout the video to do so. James, first of all, tell me a little bit about the work that you guys are doing at Topcoder and your role specifically as a community architect.
So I've been a Topcoder now for almost 4 years. I'm a community architect, which means that I work with our larger clients to take large client projects and break them down, or to use our buzzword, atomize them into challenges. And then those challenges are put to our community of 1.2 million members to compete on, and the best solution wins. There's design, development, and data science. My focus is mainly in development, but you put your feet in different areas. And then specifically with IBM, I'm leading our expert communities offering, which is basically focusing part of the community on IBM offerings, specifically cognitive and IBM cloud. So we are working by doing learning challenges and fun challenges, and then ultimately client projects, building cognitive projects, chatbots, AI type stuff, and then also with IBM doing blockchain as well. So, two of the hot areas now, IBM is more than experimenting, working with and getting work done on Topcoder and with our members.
Right. That sounds like, you guys are tackling some pretty cutting edge stuff. So, what are some of the really interesting projects that are that Topcoder users are coming to? You mentioned AI, you mentioned data, you mentioned blockchain. So, if you can get into some of the roundabout specifics, don't feel like you have to mention clients, but some of the use cases that are out there that are really turning heads.
Well, just remember that I'm in development and not sales, so I don't have the sales part of it. But Topcoder is great because you could just sign up and launch a challenge and run with it. So our clients, range from people like IBM who've been using us for years, I believe over 10 years, to get, actual large enterprise projects done. But then there's those people that are in the medium-sized shops that hear the buzzword of blockchain and need to see how it applies to their line of business, their technology, how they can use it. And Topcoder allows them to try that without hiring new people, hiring the experts in such an entry-level field. You have people on Topcoder that are competing that have been engineers for years. Now they're working on blockchain. They're doing their own research. If you run a challenge, you're going to get these people that are now learning and can ramp up, people that have been part of the growth of the platform or project or whatever you're working with, and you have that instant expertise. Cognitive is another one. I mean, we're doing chatbots where people provide us, here's our first level help desk script, convert this into a working chatbot, and we turn that around, using the Watson conversation service. So Topcoder allows people to do that experimentation before filling out their bench, but also when they do that experimentation, they see the power of the community, and most of them will stick with us and continue doing, community-based work as well.
That's great. And so where do you see this going? Where do you see the future of crowdsourced development heading? I mean, is this something that, is you guys see expanding and growing into new and even more cutting edge areas of development?
Well, to throw buzzwords out there, the gig economy is the big thing now, people electing into the work. And, Topcoder's processes and history have set it up to basically bring in that expertise without augmenting your bench, without adding to your expenses, et cetera. I think that with this is another reason why I'm very interested in blockchain and Topcoder is in general, because of the proof of work and the security offered by handoffs and stuff of blockchain. So we're looking at it as well, working with Hyperledger and stuff like that. But I think as more and more people see that working from home is not a hobby, it's a career, and then allowing these people who come in to compete and provide solutions, and then you can pick the best solution. So you're not stuck with one freelancer who one day decides to not pick up his phone. Topcoder is that next level. It's not outsourcing, because it's not black box development. You're not go build this and 6 months later they come back with what they think you meant. You're part of the process all the way with crowdsourcing, and it's very neat to see, the process and see the client's eyes light up. Before you asked for specific clients, one of the clients that was interesting that I worked with was a major financial institution, but they had to implement SEC mandated functions and stuff like that. Calculations on interest and funds over time and stuff like that. So most of it was documented and you just had to implement. But then there was some client specific knowledge put on top of that, and to see the community come back with, and the story I go to all the time is one member took a camera phone picture of his notebook. He had written out all the form, cosign this and all this, and we provided it to the client. It's like the person thinks that the approach is wrong, and here's why, and they showed the proof. And the financial institution was blown away by the detail and work. And turns out that member works for a bank somewhere in the world, and just has that prior history. So they just work on Topcoder as a hobby and competed on it. So you get those kinds of people, and I just think that this is part of the future of development and work.
Absolutely. And community is going to be such a big part of, what we're doing at Index, and, bringing together a bunch of kind of disparate communities within the broader developer ecosystem together in one place. So speaking of Index, you'll be speaking there, and yes. What can you tell us about what you'll be talking about?
So with the expert communities for Topcoder with IBM, we call it cognitive.topcoder.com. Right now, but it's actually spreading into larger engagement with blockchain and stuff like that. We're running a series of challenges in February. It's called Falling in Love with IBM Cloud again. So we're running a bunch of fun and $N challenges on the platform to get people engaged with IBM Cloud. From the switch from Bluemix, we want to get the word out, stuff like that. But then it's just cognitive type challenges. The first one that we're running is about I have it actually here in front of me. Gift Advisor. So it's a chat bot where you talk to it and your significant other talks to it, and then it figures out what kind of gift you should get on Amazon based on your conversation. So using Watson Insights and Watson Chat Conversation UI and stuff like that, members will work to build out the chat bot and compete for the best solution. And then we have just a bunch of challenges coming up after that, and we're going to talk about the engagement from the community within IBM Cloud and just, the month of Valentine's Day.
Excellent. Well, if you need a beta tester for that gift chatbot, send it my way, because
I'll let you know. I'll definitely let you know.
Cool. Excellent. Excellent. Well, James, thank you so much for taking a few minutes today to talk to me. Looking forward to seeing your session in San Francisco. And for those of you watching, be sure to register for Index San Francisco. It's February 20th to the 22nd at Moscone West. For more information, visit www.indexconf.com. That website, there will be links throughout the video to that website. So, James, thanks again. I appreciate your time.
No problem. Thanks a lot. See you in San Francisco.